Hi, my name is Gary Armstrong. In this video, we're going to talk about our dry sump tanks that we manufacture at Spintric Technologies. And I wanted to go over what the differences are between our tanks and some of our competitors and just point out the features. So our newest tank, we call it our CNC tank, which is this version here, and the top and the bottom are all 4-axis CNC machined out of an aerospace alloy casting that we make. And the reason for doing that is that we can incorporate every orifice that we're ever going to need in the tank all in one part, and it stops the need for having to weld on bungs and everything for every time we want to change something. Okay, we're going to show you a better view of the top of the tank, and again all of the orifices that we pre-machine in there. This is your vent to the top of the engine, which is away from air disturbances inside the tank. Here's your Spintric deflector fitting should you add a Spintric to your system. Here's the breather fitting that goes to the vent can. That's important because it's inside of the filler neck to where we can separate air from oil inside the tank easier so it doesn't go to the vent can. And again, all O-ring seals. Always put oil on the O-ring when you're putting the fitting back into it or the cap back on. And then the center fitting right here is for your dipstick, which now you can check your oil level. And you always want to check your oil level right as soon as you turn the engine off, within a couple of minutes. That's very important. Now these are the return lines from scavenge return, but your number one return line is the lower one, and that's very important as it goes down the special angle tube here, which is under the baffle, and it deflects it into the side of the tank. The upper one can be used for a secondary scavenge return or some other vent if you need to, or we just keep it plugged. Okay, so we're going to show you a close-up of the tank to get a better idea of what we were talking about. The O-ring, in this case it's a silicone high-temperature O-ring that goes in the top and seals the two flanges together for the tank so you don't have any leaks. And then to show a better picture of the fittings, this would be your supply fitting where you're supplying the oil out of the bottom of the tank to the pressure stage of the dry sump pump. Here's our 12mm temp sender should you use it, and 1/8" pipe temp sender is available right here, and this is where your heater would go. So if you wanted to install a heater bung, a heater into the bottom of your tank. Keep in mind that we plug these when you get it from us. It will be plugged, and all you do is take them out and put in the temp sender that you want, or heater, whatever. The drain is obviously just for that, for drain purposes. You always want to assemble the fittings into the tanks with oil on the O-rings. That's very important. Okay, we wanted to show you a shot of the internals of the tank with the baffles in position. Depending on the race car these are going in, we will use different positions sometimes for the baffles, but on our general tanks we have 3 internal baffles, and you can see it affords a very positive trapping of the oil in each compartment so that under cornering forces and G-forces we don't lose any supply to the bottom of the tank to the pressure pump. Now we make these tanks in several different sizes, and if you look at our specification sheet on the website you'll see that these are our standard sizes here for heights, but we also make a whole variation of sizes and custom ones should you need it. This is our 6-inch diameter tank. Now we also make this 8-inch diameter tank, which is short and squatty 3-gallon tank, and that's really popular. It's all fabricated, so if you need another orifice on there, we have to go back to our old method of welding a bung onto it. The same thing with the heater. Should you decide to have a heater, then we have to take it apart and weld a bung on it. But those are options that you can do when you purchase your tank. Okay, so I want to thank you for watching our videos, and this is going to be an ongoing series to explain better the dry sump system and all the other components that go with it. If you have any other questions, you can visit us at www.drysump.com and Spintric, SPINTRIC.com to learn more, and shoot us an email. Thank you very much.